Hello बच्चों, I am here with the solution of question number 14th of your NCERT textbook. So, this question says that there are two plates, one is positive charge and one is negative charge, and three charged particles enters the region between the two plates. Charge particle 1, 2 moves towards the positive plate and the charge particle 3 moves towards the negative plate in a curved path. Okay, so I am going to analyze this whole question. Everything I am going to discuss here related to the motion of the charge particle, that why 1 and 2 are moving to the positive plates, why the third charge particle is moving towards the negative plate, and why they are moving in a curved path, not a straight line path. Everything I am going to discuss here. Okay, so be patient and listen carefully what I am saying. Okay, so now let me first tell you about the question. So there are two plates and it is given that there is a uniform electric field between the plates. So in the question it has said that there exists a uniform field. This part state that there is a uniform electrostatic field between the plates. Okay, so let me first draw the electric field, how it will looks. So suppose this is the upper plate and this is the lower plate. Okay, so this one is the upper plate here and this is one is the lower plate. So now if I draw the electric field, and we all know that electric field lines always move from positive plate towards the negative plate. So the electric field line will start from positive and terminates at negative, and it will be perpendicular to both the plates. Again another electric field and there's another. So this is the electric field here. Okay, so the electric field is uniform between the plates in this manner. Okay, and the charged particles are entering in the horizontal direction. So now I'm going to analyze the question. So coming to the solution, so here I have shown the two plates. As you can see, this one is the positive plate, this one is the negative plate, and I have assumed that a positive charge q. So I have assumed the charge as positive charge q, and let's say it enters the field in the horizontal direction with velocity u. Okay, so I have shown this in the diagram. Okay, so now as the charge particle enters the field, we all know that whenever there is a charge in a field, the field exerts a force on it, and the force is given by F equals to QE. Now, if the charge particle is positive, the force acts in the direction of the field, and if the charge particle is negative, this force acts opposite to the field. So here we can see that the electric field is in the downward direction from positive plate to negative plate. So this force F equals to QE will also be in the downward direction. So now I have shown this force here. So the charged particle is entering in the horizontal direction, but the force QE is acting in the downward direction. Okay, so now what type of motion will it go? So we have studied this type of motion in class 11th. Let me show you. So this motion is similar to this projectile motion question. Suppose there is a building, and if I throw an object from the top of building with some velocity u. Okay, now we all know that near the earth there is always a gravitational force mg in the downward direction. So I have shown the free body diagram here. Okay, so here our object, the velocity is in the horizontal direction and the force is in the vertically downward direction, and we can clearly see that a path is a parabola. So this is just an analysis from our previous discussion. We will also prove it mathematically later, but right now, in order to give you the sense why is it moving in a curved path, and especially that curved path is parabolic. So now you got some hint why it will go in a parabolic path. Okay, now so coming back to discussion, so I have assumed a positive charge q enters this field with some velocity u, and we know that there will be a force F equals to QE in the downward direction. Now because of this pure force QE, it will undergo the parabolic path. Now we have to analyze this motion further. So I have assumed, let after some time t. Now, since the motion has started, so after some time t, the charged particle will move from here to here in a curved path. Now, so during this time t, it has gone through some horizontal displacement sx and also some vertical displacement h. So I have assumed that in time t, the particle have moved through some horizontal distance sx and through vertical displacement h. Okay. Now, so let's first find out what time the charged particle will take in going from this point to this point. Okay. So let's first analyze the question. Okay, so now we all know that this is a two-dimensional motion. So what is the strategy for solving the two-dimensional motion? We break the motion in two parts, along x and along y direction. That's why I have assumed the horizontal direction as x direction, and this is x direction, and this vertical direction is the y direction, and we write all the values in x and y separately. So I'm just going to do that. So here, so hence in a 2D motion, we divide the motion in xy axis. So I have written the data of x axis and I have written the data of y axis. So clearly we can see that the initial velocity in x direction is plus u. Why is it so? Because we have given particle velocity in the x direction. So we have given the velocity u and it is in the x direction. It is not in y, it is not at some angle theta. It is totally in x direction, this initial velocity. That's why this ux is plus u. Plus here represents it is in the positive x-axis direction. Okay. Now initial velocity in the y direction is 0. Clearly there is no component of the velocity in the y direction. The complete velocity is in the x direction. That's why ui is 0. Now talking about the acceleration. So we all know that acceleration is force upon mass. So acceleration only comes when there is some force. But as we clearly see the diagram, there is no force in the horizontal direction. There is only one force in the vertical direction, and that is the electrostatic force. So there is no force in the x direction. Okay. So since there is no force in x direction, therefore the acceleration in x direction will be 0. But since there is a force QE in the y direction, that's why there will be an acceleration AY, which is equals to minus QE by m, force by mass. Why this minus sign here? So this minus sign is because the force is in the vertically downward direction. That's why the acceleration will also be in the vertical downward direction. And we all know that by sign convention, the downward direction is taken as negative. That's why this minus sign is here, minus QE by m. I have written the region here also. Okay. Now, moving ahead. So now let's first find out the time taken by the charge. कि from reaching from initial to final position तक पहुंचने में चार्ज को कितना समय लगेगा. Let's find out. So now using the equation of motion in x direction. So we have all the data in x direction. We know initial velocity in x direction. We know there is no acceleration in x direction, and we know that in the given time t, the particle has traveled through some horizontal distance sx. So applying the second equation of motion and putting all the values here. So we have put it ux equals to u, acceleration as 0, and solving this equation and get the value of t here. So solving this, we will get t equals to sx by u. So that's the first part of the analysis. So first we have obtained the time taken by the charged particle to move from here to here, and we have find this time by using the equation in x direction. Okay. Now, so this part is over. Now, so this is the time taken by the charged particle. Okay. So this is also the time in the vertical displacement of h. Okay. Now, what we will do again, we will apply the equation of motion in the y direction also, because we have to relate the charge by mass ratio with the height h. So that's why we are applying the equation of motion in the y direction. So now for the y direction, if you see, there is in the given time t, there is some vertical displacement of the charged particle. This one, this is h, and it is in the downward direction. That's why sy is minus h. Okay, so now applying this equation, sy equals to uyt plus half ayt square. Sy is minus h, uy is 0, ay is minus qa by m, and putting these values and solving them, we get h equals to half qa by m t square. Now separating q by m on one side, because we have to find the charge by mass ratio. So I have separated this q by m on one side, and I have taken other terms to the right hand side. Okay. Oh, sorry, this m will not be here. I have sent, because I have taken this m to this side, so no m will remain on this side. Okay. So remove it from the further analysis if it is there in the PDF. Now, so this is q by m. Now putting the value of t, so the t which we have obtained earlier, put the value of t here. तो t की वैल्यू को यहाँ पे इनपुट करेंगे. Now so after putting t here, will obtain the expression like this: q by m equals to 2u square by es. This m will not be here. Okay, remove this m here. This m will also not be here. So q by m equals to, I am just going to write it so that you will be clear. So q by m equals to 2u square by e s x square h. Okay, so now if we clearly see that if we all the particles are of this term will not be there, because I have removed m. So remove this. Now since all the particles are entering with the same velocity u, if I assume that all the particles enters with same velocity u in the same electric field E, so after traveling some horizontal distance sx, so this whole term will be constant for all the three particles, because they are entering with same velocity, they are moving in the same electric field, and they have traversed some same horizontal distance sx. So now, but their height h are different. We clearly see that the height, that vertical displacement of all the three particles is not same. See, like this, they suppose if this is the sx, so this vertical displacement is different, this has different vertical displacement, this has different vertical displacement. So all the three particles are having different vertical displacement. So we can finally conclude that q by m is proportional to h. What does that mean? The charge by mass ratio is proportional to h. H is the vertical displacement. This means that the charge has higher charge by mass ratio whose vertical displacement is more. And in the given question, be carefully observe this charge particle 3 having the highest vertical displacement of all the three. Hence, charge particle 3 has maximum q by m ratio. Thank you so much. I hope you all will understand this properly. If you have any doubt regarding this video, regarding sound quality, anything, give me the proper feedback so that I can implement in the next videos. Okay, students, so thank you very much for listening me.